Okay, so when you look at this problem, I'm going to give myself some room here. Hold on. That ought to do it. Process doesn't change. Find the lowest. You're like, oh, now there's 3. Oh, good. Doesn't matter. Look at the denominators. Find the lowest common denominator for all of those denominators. If you're forgetting how to do that, look at all of the factors of each denominator. And then ask yourself what's missing from that, right? So the factors here are 2 and x. The factor here is just a 2. The factor here is just an x. So when I look at this denominator, is either one of these 2 things missing from this? No. What's missing from this denominator? X, right? What's missing from this denominator? A 2. So what's the lowest common denominator? 2x, right? So our 2x, our denominator of 2x is what we're going to multiply everything by. 2x on this side, 2x on this side. Everything gets multiplied by 2x. Now, how you go about simplifying from here, you can go a couple of different ways. On the left side, because the denominator's the same as what I'm multiplying by, in other words, this was the lowest common denominator, that's just going to straight cancel right away, and I'm going to be left with 3x plus 4. Questions? Right? That's happened in the previous example. Now here, this 2x, again, this is a binomial. Right? There's a difference in here. So I have to distribute this to both of these terms. Right? Now, because we're still early in the process here, we'll go slowly and we'll spell this whole thing out. So if I do 2x times 7, that's 14x. That's over 2 minus 2x times 4 is 8x over x. And you're like, well, I thought the denominators were supposed to go away. Well, they will. Because what can you do here? Factor and cancel. Right? I can factor a 2 away from the numerator and cancel it with this 2. So what's going to be here? What's going to be here? 7x. What can be canceled from this? X. So that was a long way of describing what happens. Well, what happens? The one thing in this denominator that's missing was the x, right? So I'm really only multiplying the x to the numerator to get that. What was missing from this denominator was the 2. This 2. So that's the only value that I'm multiplying times the 4 to get that 8. So this step is not necessary. I was doing this just to prove that we are distributing this to both terms. But you're not distributing the whole thing. You're only distributing the part of this term that is not in the denominator. Right? So now from here, we're just going about our solving business. Get the x terms together. Move the constant over. Divide by 4. That's solving linear equations. We should be okay with that. If we're in Algebra 2 Honors, we should be okay with solving the linear equation part of this. Questions?